What up, brothers? It's Clipper King returning for a spotlighting video. I'm basically going to spotlight some of the awesome work that one of my friends is doing, and also link you to a site where you can pick these heads up if you want them. So the reason I'm showing the 89 Joker is because, if you remember, on the Clipper King channel about 3, maybe 4 months ago, a great guy called Steve Morris sent me this head up, asked me if I'd review it for him. In exchange, I could keep it. I was like, yeah, of course you can. I saw the pictures and I thought, it looks pretty nice. Let him send it me up. Sent it me up, and when I saw it in hand, I was like, fucking hell. And that is the head. I still display it on my Joker now. I sort of put the Purr's head away and Joker's own hat, and I display the museum scene Joker with a melting face sort of thing, and the purple beret. And I really do like the look. I'll show you the pose I've got. So I've kept in contact with Steve, and I've kept an eye on his work. I watch his channel, which is called Trespassing 1/6. I will link to his YouTube channel. I will also link to his Facebook page, and it just makes it easy for you guys to contact him if that's what you want to do. Now, let's move up. So yeah, that was awesome work number one sort of thing. I know a couple other people have picked that head up. I think Dean Knight reviewed one as well, if I remember rightly. But over the last few weeks, he's been working on this. I'm not going to display it on a body because I ain't got a body that will do it justice. But I think he's asked me to do it because my camera's quite good quality and I normally get very good lighting. So that is a recast Bruce Wayne head from the DX12, as you can see. Been painted from scratch. He did put a video up on his own channel, but like I said, I watched it and I thought it looks really good, but in hand it just looks so much better. Asked me if he could send it up. Like I said, give him an opinion. My opinion's pretty easy to give. Fucking excellent work, to be honest. I can't fault it. I like the differences. Obviously the DX12 one, I think his hair had a sort of grey twinge, but this one, as you can see, Steve's put more grey in it, and at certain angles you do pick it up more. You can see the long grey streak through it there, and down the side to sort of show the age. Now, some of you are saying, well, there's plenty of DX12 heads around. Yeah, there is, but I would think if you're picking one of these up now, you're looking around £50. You've got to be, I would think, to customise, get a Bruce Wayne. So the recasting of a head is normally a cheaper option, and we see plenty around. And I've seen some really good sculpts, and like I've just mailed Steve. Actually, he asked me what I thought. I've told him. I said I'm going to make it clear as well on the video what my thoughts are. I think it's excellent. I'll try and get in to his eyes. They're all hand painted. Fucking hell. Beautiful work, Steve. It's really subtle as well. As a turn, it's he's got a really nice flesh tone, yet it's still caught the grey sort of 5 o'clock shadow just along the jawline, sort of down here. Really nice. But like I said to him, what it's proved is not only can he paint a recast Bruce Wayne, but if he can do that with it, what can he do with your Rick Grimes head sculpts? What can he do with your Dexter head sculpts? What can he do with your Walter White? Because I'm on Sideshow Freaks a couple of nights a week, and I'm looking around, and I know I'm not fucking clicked in with all these customizers and so on and so forth, but I've got to say, I don't know any that stands head and shoulders above Steve. And when he was doing the head sculpts that I knew of for the Joker, he was doing it at a really fair price. Now, if I were to buy any of those characters I've just said, the Rick Grimes or a Dexter, then I won't think twice about shipping my head down to Steve and know it'd come back. I'm thinking about getting a De Niro, if I'm honest. I'm just deciding which one I want. And I know there's some good sculptors out there, you can buy them for a reasonable price. I'd buy it unpainted and it'd be straight down to Steve. and if it came back at that quality, I'd be more than happy to display it at side of all these hot toys and Enter Bay figures, because that work is awesome. So respect to him. Now, the other guy I mentioned, Matt. I mentioned Matt because the way I understand it, and sorry if I've got this wrong, Matt gets the recast heads and then he sends them down to Steve, and Steve paints them for him and sends them back. I understand he pays Steve. Again, if I'm wrong, I apologise, but that's the setup I understand. Now, I would think Steve would take your recast heads and paint them, cash in hand, so to speak, or cash in PayPal. So, like I said, consider him. Other than that, if Matt's going to keep sending heads to Steve, Matt also is obviously going to be selling them on his store, which is, as you know, Toy HQ. So I will put the link to Toy HQ as well. You will be able to pick these heads up. I know as well that Steve repainted an Alfred head, and I saw that when I was down at Matt's last week, and he'd done an awesome job on that as well. Now, the other head he sent me is, you can see it's a Bruce Wayne. I'm going to put it aside. But this one is a little bit different. He's basically done the early part of the Dark Knight Rises Bruce Wayne. Got the goatee sculpted on, repainted, slightly, I'm not going to say it's a different paint job, it's a similar paint job, but there's slight differences, and I will go into them. So I just want to show you the heads together. I hope my camera is doing them justice. But I think both of them fucking heads is awesome. So that shows he's not just a one-off merchant. He's not just got lucky ones. Lad knows what he's doing, and massive respect to him. So that's them together. I will say, before I even pick this up and start moving around it, I reckon he's got that goatee. I haven't watched Dark Knight Rises today, so I'm not super anal and fucking, I ain't got my ruler out and measured it, but that goatee looks fucking awesome to me. Because as soon as I saw it, I took it out of the pack, I thought, oh yeah, he's fucking caught that well. The only thing, and again, I've just said this to him, if I'd have done this head, or if I'd have had this head when it was just a recast head, what I would have done is got some sculpted clay or something, and I would have made the hair a little bit longer, sort of over ears, probably down his neck, make it a little bit more straggly, and when I painted it, I would have put more grey in this one than this one. But he hasn't. I think he's just basically done these, show what he can do, get them sent to Matt and see if Matt likes them. I've got to say, when Matt gets them, I think he'll be fucking buzzing. So, they are beautiful. Right, let's put the camera back on my hand, and we'll have a look around this goatee version. Now, I think it's a good idea, this, and for the reason. I think Dean Knight, I was looking at Dean Knight's collection of a week, and he got a Bruce Wayne stud with a walking stick. I think you pop that head off, Dean, pop this head on, you've got a lovely Dark Knight Rises Bruce Wayne. Look at that. Fucking sculpt works good. It's right down underneath. It's got like a straggly look about it. I think the colour of the beard is really good. Look at the eyes. Let's get some light in eyes. That's been done with a paintbrush, believe it or not. I don't fucking know where to start with something like that. I can blackwash heads and I can touch them up and I can fucking make them look sweaty and so on and so forth. But this is painted from a dull grey cast to that. And another thing, look at sort of the 5 o'clock shadow going down from his sideburns down to his beard. Like I said before, I think this camera's good, but I still don't think that it's capturing it as good as in hand. It's got like a grey sheen to it, like hair's just growing back through. Again, I think it's a good sculpt anyway, but it's sort of painted inside the mouth, just so it looks like his lips are like slightly more pursed. So the hair is just a flat brown on this. I think he should have gone for, like I said, more grey on this one, and then done a slightly different sculpt. Not massively change it. I'm not saying not like that. I'm just saying a change, like a little bit longer over his ears, maybe a little bit longer down his neck, just to make it different enough to have both sculpts. But like I say, if we're only judging his paintwork, I've got to say, you can't fault it. Like I said, I don't know all the fucking painters out there. I hear about them, I hear the names getting banded around like the fucking rock stars. But I've got to say, there's not many better than Steve, and I'm sure Steve don't charge you what some of these other painters would charge. So like I say, when I pick my Robert De Niro head up, or maybe a Dexter, or maybe a Rick Grimes, it's going straight down to that lad. But yeah, buzzing. And again, thanks for to Matt and Steve for choosing me to show these. I hope I've done them justice. I hope my camera and lighting's been adequate. But get this off me hand so I can get in a little bit more. So that's the head sculpt. So you got the clean version, the goatee version. If you want to talk to Matt about ordering one, do so. If you want to get a recast head and talk to Steve about getting a commission job done, then talk to him. They're both great guys. They'll both try and help you. If you're struggling to get in touch through me. You know, I try to help. I'm not going to sit up fucking till 3 o'clock in the morning though for everybody around the world to fucking liaise with, but I will help you if I can. But like I said, it's a quick video. This is Clipper King, and I'm out of here.